Did you know that Napoleon and Hitler were born 120 years apart, came into power 120 years apart, declared war on Russia 120 years apart, and were defeated 120 years apart? Get ready because these are 10 chilling coincidences you won't believe are real. Number 10. Two twins died almost the same way, in almost the same spot, at almost the same time. In 2002, a man was hit by a truck in Finland as he was trying to cross Highway 8 on his bike. 2 hours later, his twin brother was also hit by a truck while trying to cross Highway 8 on his bike. Number 9. Edgar Allen Poe's book comes to life. Called The Narrative of the Author Godman Pym, Edgar wrote his book about 4 shipwrecked survivors who were adrift on a draft for several days before deciding to eat the cabin boy, whose name was Richard Parker. Not long after, in 1884, a ship called the Mignante ended up sinking and leaving only 4 survivors. They decided to eat the cabin boy, of course. His name was Richard Parker. Number 8. King Umberto's double. King Umberto I, King of Italy, went to a small restaurant. He came to realize that both he and the owner were born on the same day, in the same town, and they both had married a woman named Margarita. On July 19, 1900, the king was told that the restaurant owner had been shot dead in the street. Later that day, the king was assassinated. Number 7. The City of Killers. Slain, Hitler, and Franz Joseph, collectively responsible for nearly 80 million deaths, all lived in Vienna at the same time. Number 6. At age 49, South American and African astronomer Danger du Diot was giving a lecture about how death could come at any time. After he finished, he pulled out a mint and popped it into his mouth. Within a few minutes, he had choked to death. Number 5. Mark Twain and Halley's Comet. Mark was born in 1835 during the appearance of Halley's Comet. In 1909, he said that he expected to go out with Halley's Comet when it came during the following year. In 1910, he died on the day of its appearance. Number 4. Two twins were born in Ohio and separated at birth. They knew nothing of each other, but both were sequentially named James. They both became police officers, and they both married women named Linda. They both had a son, both named James Allen. They both divorced and remarried women named Betty, and they both had dogs named Toy. Number 3. In 1975, a man was killed by a taxi while riding a scooter in Bermuda. 1 day later, the man's brother was killed by the same scooter by the same taxi driver who was carrying the same passenger. Number 2. Violette Jessup was on the RMS Olympic when it collided with the HMS Hawk. She was on the RMS Titanic when it hit an iceberg, and she was on the HMS Britannic when it hit a mine. This lady must have been very courageous. See, I would have been traumatized by the first accident. Number 1. The inscription in the tomb. When Soviet archaeologists opened the tomb of Tamerlane, a Mongol descendant of Genghis Khan, they found an inscription that read, "Whoever opens my tomb will unleash an invader more terrible than I." It was June 20, 1941. Germany invaded the Soviet Union in June 22.